Your video tonight, the first one for Unit 6 is combining like terms. And this is something that we just need to touch on because we're going to be using it for the rest of the year. And so it has a lot of vocabulary in it, so you need to be sure that you write down all of these definitions and then do all the practice problems with me in the video, and then do the independent practice problems at the very end. Okay, so here's the first of your vocabulary words. Throughout this video and in class, you're going to hear me say the word term. Term is a single number or variable, or numbers and variables that are being multiplied together. So if we look at this expression, 2x minus 3, this expression has two different terms. 2x is a term. That would be numbers and variables being multiplied together. And then the number 3 is a term. If we look at this example, 2 plus 3 plus 3x minus y, this expression has four terms. The number 2, the number 3, 3x is a term, and then y. So when you hear me say term, you need to know that's what I'm referring to. It's just the different pieces of an expression. You're also going to hear me say coefficient, and a coefficient is a number used to multiply a variable. So for example, 2x, the coefficient is 2. If you have 3y, the coefficient is 3. If you have just variable x, we know that that means there's an invisible 1 in front of it, so we would say the coefficient there is 1. Like terms. When we think of the word like, we say, if we say they're a lot alike, that means that they're similar. Like terms are terms that have the same variable and power. The coefficients do not need to match. So they have to have the same variable and power. So that would be 3x and 2x. They are considered like terms. They both have this variable x. 2 and negative 1 are considered like terms because they don't have variables. If one of them had a variable, then we would say they are not like terms. When it says they have to have the same variable and power, that means like 3x squared and 2x squared. These are considered like terms. 4x and 2x squared, if we're looking at those terms, the ones that are in red, those are not like terms because this x it's just an x, and this x has a power to it. It's x to the second power, and so we would say that those are not like terms. They're unlike. When we're simplifying expressions, we need to combine our like terms. And combine just means to make them join together, and it always involves addition. You look at the value of each term and then add them together. Like terms should be combined when simplifying expressions. So for example, if you have the expression 3 plus 2 plus 3y, the like terms here are 3 and 2. And so we need to combine them. 3 plus 2 is 5, and then you bring down the rest of it. This simplifies to 5 plus 3y. Here we have a problem that needs to be simplified, and we're going to do it by using the distributive property. I know you could solve what's within parentheses first, but we're going to use the distributive property. So little rainbow, big rainbow. X times 3 is 3x, and I know that we see the x to the left of that 3, but when we write this term, we always put the coefficient before the variable. So x times 3 is 3x. Bring down your plus, and then x times 4 is 4x. What I like to do usually is draw like the same shape around my like terms. So here I have two different x's, so I know that 3x and 4x are like terms. And when I combine them, I'm just going to add their coefficients. 3 plus 4 is 7, so 7x. And that's as simple as it gets. I want you to try this one on your own. Use the distributive property to simplify this and be sure that you combine your like terms. So first we're going to start with the distributive property. 4 times x is 4x. Bring down your plus. 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 4x plus 8, and then you bring down your minus 3. My like terms here are this 8 and this 3. And when I combine them, your first thought would be, well, I'll just add 8 and 3 together. However, if you look, this 3 is being subtracted. And when a positive number is being subtracted, it gives it a negative value. And we can go back to our LCO rules. So if we were just to focus in on this 8 minus 3 right here, this 8 minus 3 is the same thing as 8 plus a negative 3. So now when I'm combining my like terms, I'm not adding a positive 8 and 3. I'm adding 8 plus negative 3. And 8 plus negative 3 is 5. So this expression simplifies to 4x plus 5. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and simplify this expression. 3y plus 2x minus 1y plus 4x. You should have gotten 2y plus 6x. If you did, give yourself a great big smiley face. If you didn't, put an X on it and then go back and fix your work and then circle that X to show me that you figured out your mistake. These problems can really be a lot of fun if you let them be. Don't stress out over them too much. Have some fun with it, and I want you, for your homework tonight, to do these 3 practice problems. Number 1, simplify negative 3 times x plus y plus 4x. Number 2, 2y minus 8y plus 6 minus 3. And number 3, x minus y plus 2x times 3 plus 2. Write these answers in your math notebook, and I'll check them tomorrow.